Hello, everyone. I have arrived in China, and it seems that I can make videos and still post them to YouTube, so no problem. And I was going to make today's topic about something I saw on Reddit where there was a young man, maybe 22 years old, and he's got tinnitus, and he's really having a tough time adjusting to it. And he thinks that, his life is really difficult now. And we all have been there. And so many of us who got tinnitus, especially in those early months, it took a long time to get adjusted to it, and it just was very difficult. One person wrote in the comments, they said that you don't adjust to tinnitus, your brain adjusts to it. And you have to wait for your brain to do that. I'm not completely sure I 100% agree with that. I kind of feel like you can speed the process up and get adjusted to it faster. That being said, it took me a minimum of 9 months to get better, and that's because I didn't know what to do. But one interesting thought, number one, I know that research for tinnitus is not funded very well, but there are some studies that are going on where they're trying to come up with all different kinds of cures for it. And they're, making these devices and things like that. But why couldn't we have research into what works to habituate faster? That would be awesome if we could have studies like that. I mean, it seems like this is something where if people got together and just wrote down their experiences about what they did and, and how long it took them to habituate and things like that, we could have a lot more data than we have now. But I think it's interesting, this idea. Could you speed up the time it takes to habituate? So I'm asking you, what do you think? I think you can, and you don't have to agree with me. It doesn't matter if you don't. I think it still does take some time. Like, you're not gonna get a loud ringing in your ears today, and then 1 week later suddenly be just fine and not even thinking about it. That would be really surprising if that was possible. But you may be able to do some things like part of my formula, I don't know, is where you see a doctor and they tell you you're okay, and you read about how other people have habituated, and you realize that that's likely what's going to happen to you too. And then you come to know that by learning to divert your attention to other things is part of the path to getting sort of habituated to it sooner. And that is one of the central parts of learning to habituate, is learning how to not think about it. And not only that, it's good to know that as you get better at that, it gets very easy to do that, where you don't have so much trouble not thinking about it. So, and then you can learn to be okay with the sound. And that part for me definitely took some time too, because no one wants to accept it. But through the acceptance, you get where it's like, it's nothing. Like, you, from day one, maybe when you had tinnitus and you came and watched YouTube videos, your hearing is good enough. You can hear and watch videos, so even your ears are working okay. It's just that sound. It's kind of a nagging sound, a very nagging sound, and it's difficult to deal with. So, but I'm just curious, if we could have more research in this topic, maybe we could even work together and come up with call it the tinnitus survey, and make a list of questions and ask people questions like, when did you first start having the sound? And when would you say that you got better, and how long did it take you? And what did you do to get better? And I'm sure more detailed questions. And maybe we could come up with some information that if we studied, say, 1,000 people or 10,000 people and asked them the same questions, we could surely, learn that we could get more data about what is this habituation thing. I don't think anybody's done it, right? What do you think? Has anybody done any studies on habituation? Or is it just kind of like there's nothing out there? We're just searching for some clues on what to do with the sound, but nobody's really telling us. I think that's the case. It seems like something, if we got maybe just a little bit of funding and, hired someone to compile the data and get the questions, and then call it the tinnitus habituation study, and try to find 1,000 people who have had tinnitus, get them to fill out the information, and just, we could get a lot from that, couldn't we? So just an idea. Let me know what you think. It's kind of an exciting idea, right? So anyways, I'm in China, and I'm gonna upload this video now, and I'm very confident that it will upload just fine. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.